Hello, welcome to Jibrin Angle on Oweleke TV. My name is Jibrin, and we have our special and regular guest this morning, Barrister Austin Manta, who is a legal principal partner at AA Manta and Co. And he is a legal, I call him icon because someone who has been practicing law for almost 40 years, about almost 4 decades now. That's the implication. So such person must be a very, very well-grounded professional in that in this field. So today we shall be talking about the topics we have today. We have about 4 topics, but unfortunately, I don't know if we can actually exhaust them, but because time is not our friend today due to other engagements. Northern elders regrets voting for Tinubu. That is one of the topics we shall be talking about. That CBN sacks over 100 staff, I think about 117 at the last count, or 107 rather, at the last count. Then Arewa frowns at Peter Obi humanitarian gesture toward Northerners and the North, asks him to take back his borehole. Shall be talking about that. And the last one is Vietnam billionaire was sentenced to death for fraud. Now, why I decided to bring this is, of course, Barrister knows why I decided to bring. I want us to actually compare it with what we have, the kind of corruption we have in Nigeria, So we shall be actually doing justice to all these topics with Barrister Austin Manta. Barrister, thank you so much for joining us. Even though you have a very important engagement to attend to, you still availed yourself. You're still giving us the honor to avail yourself on this platform at this time. We welcome you once again. All right, yes, sir. Let's go straight to the point. Northern elders, they regret. What's your opinion? What's your assessment, and what is your thoughts concerning this issue of Northern elders regretting voting for Tinubu?
Well, my thought are that in the first place, the Northern elders or the Northern establishment, the conservative Northern establishment, have never wanted power to shift outside the core North, except when they are pushed or forced or compelled to yield power. And by 1999, the situation arose where they were forced to yield power to the South after the June 12th incident. And again, 2023, they had no choice but to yield power. So they put in place a lot of potholes or traps for a Southern incoming government, believing that it could fall into that trap. Somehow, they are not satisfied with the present government. They went as far as trying to propagate a Muslim ticket in the hope that they will be in control of the government, even though it will be headed by a Southerner. They have seen that they are not achieved the goal that they set out to achieve. They are not primarily in control of the government. The things they did in the civil service, in the military forces, in the police and other organizations where they choked these institutions with their people in layers, believing that even if you remove their people on the first layer, their people will still be
on the next layer, yeah.
On the next level. They are appending all those things that they lay down So they are angry, they are frustrated, but they are not seeing any way that they can bring the government to do their bidding. So you are seeing the expression of anger, the expression of disappointment, and the expression of regret that they helped to bring this government to power, but that the government is not doing their bidding. So that is the context in which you hear northern elders regretting the government or supporting the government of or supporting Tinubu to become the president. But remember, this Northern Elders group is just an amorphous group. It's not representative. It is just more or less self-appointed people who come together in that association and call themselves Northern Elders. There are a lot of groups in the North. Those Northern Elders do not speak for the North, they speak for themselves, but they often cash in on the sentiments that are going around in the North and try to project themselves as a spokes group of the North. But I can assure you that they do not speak for the North. They are self-appointed. The organization is or does not have the power that he claims or people arrogate to them as a Northern elders. They do not have that power.
Yeah, but
So,
yeah, I agree with you in that line. However, I think they don't have that power. They arrogate to themselves, but they are just like you noted earlier. They are echoing because these are elders. Elders, they have people visiting them, politicians, top politicians, the elites. They're in touch with everyone, and people pay homage to them. People honor them. The high and the mighty honors them. Whatever they speak, when they say something, they are echoing the entire region, the voice of the entire region. It may not be formal, they may not be doing it on a formal capacity, but that is just psychologically that the moment the Northern elder speaks, we just mentally we just believe that the North has spoken because they are echoing what they are hearing from their subjects. Because I refer to them as subjects because they are the elders, and some of them are godfathers, and these politicians and elites who are in power, they visit them from time to time. They communicate with them from time to time. They express to them their frustrations and other things or whatever. So they are in the know. They are well informed on the situation in the North and how the generality of the Northern citizens what they think is sort of. So I think that is it. Now, secondly, honestly, I don't know who actually thought in the North that the North can actually manipulate or use or a kind of use Bola Tinubu in any form or shape. I don't know why they thought so in the first place. I don't know why. Probably maybe they fell short. Their memory failed them to actually go down memory lane on how Tinubu rules when he's in power. He is a man. He's a power-drunk kind of person. He's an egocentric man. Tinubu is someone who loves power. He loves power in absolutely. So, and he actually knows how to use power. Tinubu is someone you cannot manipulate. You can't use. Tinubu is someone you cannot control. Okay, that's what I was actually looking for. Control. How could they have thought that they could ever control Tinubu? Of course not. Tinubu is someone that is, wherever he finds himself, he is in charge. This is the reason why he wanted to be the president. He didn't want to be the president because he wanted to do anything good for Nigeria. No, he didn't do it wasn't because of patriotism. It was because of this issue of ego. He wants to be in control. He wants that authority, the power to do and undo. That's exactly what that is his persona. That is his DNA. A sort of. So Tinubu will always be Tinubu. A lion, a leopard cannot lose its spots. That is who Tinubu is. He will remain Tinubu forever, and that's justice. So they should not. They should even go beyond. I don't know this issue of regret, all these things from the North. Honestly, sometimes the arrogance of the North, honestly, irritates me. They just feel they just feel they can do things at their whims and caprices, at their own convenience and comfort or whatever. No, it's sort of. Please go ahead.
Let me add two things. Number one, if you cast back to 1999, when they not helped to bring Obasanjo to power,
yes,
they look at him as a foolish person that could be easily manipulated.
yes.
So when they were under overwhelming pressure to cede power to the South, they now brought him up, thinking that, oh, this man looks foolish, and the man actually looks foolish.
Yeah, he looked actually. He looked foolish.
It belies a very brilliant mind. And strength of character.
Yes,
which they did not see. So by the time they brought him to power, they could not manipulate him, and they regretted.
Yeah.
So when another instance came that they were forced to cede power, they went to a length to ensure that what happened during Obasanjo did not repeat itself.
Again, yeah.
That's why they insisted on a Muslim vice president. They insisted on so many things behind the scene, and also ensure that the outgoing administration of Buhari made sure that they choked the agencies of government, both in the armed forces, in the police, in paramilitary organization, all around, all over the country. They choked them with layers of their people in the hope that whatever happens, they will be largely in control. To that extent, they have, again, miscalculated. And secondly, people often, when they hear northern elders or northern youth or this thing, they rush to conclude that is the opinion of the North. That is wrong. As of today in Nigeria, there's no monolithic North.
Yeah.
There's no single voice or group that speaks for the North or aggregate the opinion of the North. The North is now divided into several sectors. Already you should know that the opinion of the Middle Belt group of the North is always runs counter to the opinion of the conservative upper North. Today, again, the Northeast is not flowing completely with the Northwest. So the North today is not that monolith that we used to have in the past, pre-79 or during the First Republic, that we used to have, when even all of us in the Middle Belt used to claim North, and go along. That position is no more. So people who do not know, when they hear northern elders, they begin to, the North has come again, the North has, you have to situate it within the proper context. This group are exclusively the northern conservative group of the upper North. They do not affect the Middle Belt part of the North and several other parts of the North. That's one issue I want to clarify.
All right. Yeah. So that is just it anyway. Thank you for that. I think, yeah, on the issue of the Northern elders, the truth is, they've not even started. They will even, honestly, unfortunately, they will regret further, because Tinubu is going to, it's not just only the North. It's just that the only thing is that the bad aspect of it is that this is the North that will suffer most, because when it comes to when the economy of Nigeria is suffering, the region that suffers most is the northern region. And they know, I don't want to even go into details why they suffer most, because that's not the purpose of this show today. So that is just, they suffer most, and that is why they will regret even further, much worse than in the next 2, 3, 4 years. At the end of the 4 years, honestly, they will not be able to identify themselves again. They will come to realize what they did to themselves, the kind of bad they did to themselves. So that is their own. That is they made the choice, and so let them lie. Let them make the bed. Let them lie on it, the way it is. Then CBN.
Sorry. Let me add one issue.
Yes.
If you know Rene Omokri.
Yes.
Who is an advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, he came up with a thesis that the country will continue to be ruled by the North and the Southwest, and they will be passing the rulership like a baton. Whenever the North rules, it will pass it to the Southwest, and when the Southwest finishes 8 years, it will pass it back to the North. I have of late been so disappointed with this man. He has gone to such an extent, which I believe he is seeking for patronage from Tinubu's government. You see the change of tone.
Just like Bola.
Bitter opposition to Peter Obi. And today, everything he says, try to placate, try to show platitudes to Tinubu and co. I don't really know what I had respect for the man at a point, but over the time, because of his utterances, I have completely lost any respect I have for him. For a person of his caliber who has been in the corridors of government at the highest level, his caliber of education and exposure, who should be having interest in unifying the country, achieving political stability, without which there can be no serious development. For such a person to be saying that and advocating and supporting that on the grounds that other sections of the country are not humble and do not show humility, it stinks to high heavens. And I'm surprised that he is continuing with this kind of statements. When I read his statement yesterday, I was saying, we used to look up to some people that they will talk some sense and people will listen, but those people, after probably becoming hungry, they start
it's just the same.
Something else.
Yeah, it's just the same thing with Bola. Just like Daniel, but what he did. You see, I don't know. There are these two people are Daniel Bola and Omokri, Rain Omokri. Two of them are brilliant personalities. They are smart, they are eloquent, they are charismatic. Unfortunately, they lack integrity. You see, anyway, life generally you can't have it all. Of course, they are eloquent, they are charismatic, they are smart and intelligent, but they lack integrity. This thing, integrity, is what these both men lacks. That is just it. Like you said, they are after food on the table. That is just, in fact, you can just imagine what Daniel Boyara was receiving the wars, the way he did 180-degree turn. The way he did that 180-degree turn was just so glaring that it was just so lacking, so bereaved of shame, completely bereaved of shame. So it's so sad anyway. Reno Omokri, I've never respected it. Let me be frank with you. I'm different from you. I've known him. I got to know him during Jonathan time. Everything about Jonathan regime that time, I was critical of it. So Reno was a part of the system then. I have never had any respect for him. That's just the truth. He's always been, honestly, this is the person, this is the way he has always been. Nothing has, the only thing is that he's now bringing it out in a different format. that's just it. Reno Omokri has been a piece of trash as far as I'm concerned. So let's move to the next. Now, in relative to, okay, something related to what we just talked about in North. Barrister, what is your opinion about Peter Obi going around? Okay, we've talked about this about his northern visitations on our previous edition. But now this issue of installing boreholes, going around to install boreholes in northern community. What is your opinion? What's your thought about that? And now the northerners, the same Peter Obi, that the northerners are saying Arewa. Okay, the other one was a northern elders. This one is Arewa group or whatever. Just like you said, you noted earlier, we have different groups that they don't practically speak for the North in reality, but technically, when such people speak out, we view it as that is the echo, they are echoing the majority of Northern thoughts, Northern citizens' thoughts. So what is your opinion about that, about what the North, how critical Arewa group is of Peter Obi going around to install boreholes in Northern communities?
Again, I will take the statement with a lot of caution, even I will not give it much credence. To me, I view it as a sort of blackmail. When they see a desperate Southern politician trying to penetrate the North, the element of blackmail comes in. Remember, Arewa group that you call, they are virtually unknown. These are groups of people self-appointed who use these organizations in the name of the North to get a lot of patronages. And they have no qualms blackmailing somebody like Peter Obi. By coming out to raise that kind of criticism, they hope that apparently Peter Obi or his representative will reach across to them and they will be bargained. If there are some large issues that are going to be done in the northern part, they will corner some of them somehow. So some of these statements, people should understand them in the context of this kind of personal aggrandizement that these groups used to throw up. Let me tell you, in the north, particularly some parts of the north, the issue of water is such a severe issue. People have no water. I went to parts of Maiduguri in those days to conduct cases, and I saw when they bring food, nobody washes hand because you cannot waste water to wash hands. In some parts, I'm not talking of in the metropolitan areas, nobody washes hand because the water is so scarce that the only available water will be for drinking. So you are not going to waste water to wash your hand to eat food. So I noticed that they bring food, people just scratch their hand on their cloth and start start eating. Now, I also noticed in some streams, most of the season, most of the year is dry. How they get water, they go to some of these dry river beds where they dig up the sand until they can scratch some little water, which is a very laborious endeavor. It is that one they take to go and drink. So for such a society, if a borehole is sited and they are fetching water, they are drinking good water, believe me, they will appreciate it. So for somebody to sit somewhere in the town and start saying, oh, we don't want these boreholes, they are not functioning well, or this and that, I can assure you that the people who have these boreholes are benefiting from it. They are happy with getting that water. It is some agents, some other people sitting in the cities that are trying to use this as a sort of blackmail, achieve something with the person.
Yeah, you see, now my problem is I'll take this from a different angle. honestly, naturally, I love with passion. I'm so passionate about humanitarian gestures. However, what I appreciate it when you are doing it out of sincerity of your heart. So not for political reason. Now, this Peter Obi thing, what he's doing is good. It's a good message. There's no two ways about that. And people that have been, I'm happy for those people that are benefiting from, just like you mentioned, they really are people who really need this gesture, this kindness. They need it. They are in desperate need of it. So providing it for them, I'm happy for them that they are getting it. Now, on Peter Obi, the truth is what he's trying to achieve. Now, my problem with that, you see, I've said it earlier. This is why I hate politics, because I don't believe whatever you want, you are doing, you should be sincere about it. In politics, there is no sincerity, unfortunately. All over the world, it's like that. That's why I say that's the reason why I don't like democracy. I hate it. That's the truth. I don't like it because democracy just it's hypocritical. Everything about democracy just projects hypocrisy. So it actually compels people, coerces people into being who they are not. Who they were not or who they are not, a sort of. So it just brings out a different you, a sort of projects a kind of image to the public that is different from who you truly are. That is the point, a sort of. So the point I want to make is, honestly, whatever Peter Obi does, I'm happy for those people that are benefiting from it. But honestly, his expected result, the result he's expecting or he will be expecting from these gestures, he will not find it. Because the North, I always tell people something. It's just like the Black Americans in America. The Black Americans, they are perpetually loyal to Democrat Party. They are perpetually loyal to the cause of Democrat Party. And unfortunately, it is the same Democrat Party that have impoverished them. The same Democrat Party have made their lives miserable. The same Democrat Party has rendered them useless all their lives. The same Democrat Party has made them to become beggars and destitute and homeless people. The same Democrat Party made them to be lazy. The same thing is happening in the North. The same principle, the same scenario is taking place in the North. The Northern people, unfortunately, they are just like the Democrats in the Black Americans in loyalty to Democrats in America. The same thing, you see the Northerners, they are loyal. They will remain loyal to the elders, the Northern elites or whatever, because just like the Democrat Party, they have a very strong propaganda machine. The same thing, the North too has a very strong propaganda machine. Propaganda of lies, falsehood or whatever, and manipulation, inducement, bad influences, a sort of on their people. The same thing is happening. Honestly, Peter Obi will not achieve it because the Northerners, an average Northerner, is so indoctrinated to the fact, to the extent that most of them will never cast their vote on an Igbo man, for that matter. They will never cast their vote or whatever. They will take what Peter Obi is giving to them, and when it comes to the ballot box, they will still cast their ballot according to what their elders or the leaders, the elite, the Northern elite tells them to do. That's exactly, they are loyal to that cause. There is no two ways about that. So my problem, the unfortunate aspect of this one is that Peter Obi will not get that. Let him. I won't say he should stop, because people are benefiting. People are bad. So let him continue. It's good for those people who need it, a sort of. But he shouldn't expect anything in 2027. We shouldn't expect a reciprocal gesture from the North in 2027. It is not going to happen, because Northerners are just they are loyal, ardently and perpetually loyal to the Northern elite cause, the cause of the Northern elite. And that is the way it will roll, unfortunately. And I don't know if you have something to add to that, Barrister.
Well, no matter what I can add is that no matter the unity of purpose that the Northern elites have achieved in trying to put the Northern populace in one basket, in one pocket. I do not think any efforts to chip away that loyalty is, how do I put it? Any effort to chip away at that loyalty is not wasted. Because as long as we remain and as long as we are human beings and are alive, we make effort to correct things, to change things, and to make things better. It is better to make the effort and fail than to have regret that if I had tried, maybe, just maybe, something would have happened. So I have no qualms with those who set out to chip away that feudal unity that exists in the upper north, in the far north. If it achieves anything, even turning or opening the eyes of a few, is still worth doing. It may not achieve the immediate self-centered reason
Results, yeah.
or result that is intended by the person making the gesture,
Yeah.
in the form of translating to massive votes. But still, it will chip away at that. And who
I
knows?
agree with you.
Who knows? Other factors may come together, small by small. Let me just use that word, small by small. With other factors, maybe something can happen. Maybe the knot will be penetrated in that way with time, with other factors, and this small chipping away.
Yeah, but sometimes, honestly, I don't understand that. That's why I call it indoctrination, because just like in America, now someone like Donald Trump did a lot of, in fact, what he did for the blacks during his 4 years, no president ever did it for the blacks. Blacks were more prosperous in all aspects, including in education, yet in 2020, they massively voted for Democrat Party, voted for Joe Biden. The same thing is happening in the North. You have people, these people have impoverished you. The Northern elite have impoverished, they deliberately, calculatively chose to actually keep the masses of the North to under beggarly situation, because they just want, it's just like the Democrat Party, they want people, they want handout, they want blacks to actually they always give out handouts to the blacks, because they always want to use them. They use them as pawn in during all election cycles. They always use them as votes, and so they always want, what they do, they want them to be always begging for something. So when it comes to election time, they just give them handouts, through different social gestures or whatever. That is it, but they don't want them to be self-dependent. They don't want them to be financially independent, because they want to perpetually keep using them as pawns during election. The same thing is happening in the North too. They are deliberately, because that's why the Northern elite, the moment they see someone from a different region who have the potential actually to turn the entire country, especially the Northern region, around, just like Peter Obi wanted to, they go all out against that person, because the moment somebody comes and takes care of the Northern economy, it gives the common man in the North, the financial independence. And when you have financial independence, you have moral independence, you have psychological independence, you have mental independence, you have personal self-direction, that no one will want to speak to you or to control, want to speak to you to dissuade you from something you believe in. That is their fear. They don't want to take that power away from themselves. That is why they keep perpetuating poverty in the North. Unfortunately, just like you said, I think I agree with you in that light, that we should encourage, no matter how little by little, step by step, precept by precept, little, just like that, even if it is one person, one will be able to gain, to take that indoctrination away from that person. Another year again, take another one from one or two, like that. Yes, over time, over time. I think I agree with you on that. Over time, it will eventually work, but not immediate. Peter Obi will not be here. Okay, if he's doing it, okay, laying foundation, that's good. It would still be credited to him technically, sort of, but he's not going to benefit from it. It's not going to happen that soon, because it is why this indoctrination is why sometimes I even call it as hypnosis. I feel sometimes they behave like people who are actually hypnotized. It's sort of the same thing with these black Americans with to Democrats. They behave as if they are. You see something that is good, this person will be very good for you, for your well-being, for everything about you, or whatever. Yet you just choose to hate him or her. It is just a very bad one.
But do you notice that even in the US, the percentage of blacks voting for the political party has been steadily
rising,
it has been steadily increasing. The percentage of blacks voting for Donald Trump, supporting Donald Trump and the Republic has been increasing since 2016 to 2020, and polls now show even a lot, even though marginally, not in the numbers that we show substantial change, but it's still increasing.
Yeah,
and efforts still continue to penetrate
no, you see, my frustration, it's increasing. My frustration is, these are adults. These are learned people. Some of them are even professors. Some of them are doctors. Some of them are the worst part is that most of them are professionals. You see, most of them are professionals. Some of them are college degree, have college. Some of them are just high school. But my point is this: these are adults. They have sense, common sense. They have common sense. They listen to news. They watch news. They hear what is happening. They feel what is happening. Look, when it comes to economy, no one will tell you something is right or something is wrong, because you will feel it, because you go to the same market, you do the same shopping at the same markets, we literally do the same thing. We use the same places for all economic purposes. So you will definitely feel whether it is negative or positive. You will feel the impact of government policies. That is my point. Why are we still having this? Why is it that slow? Why are people switching sides with that sluggishness? That's my point. When your eyes can see, your ears can hear, your senses can feel that this thing is bad or this thing is wrong. So I expect, just like in the North, and so like as Democrats in the United States of America, the blacks, I expect them to actually pull out in droves, not in trickles. That is the point. Anyway, I think we are done with that. Let's move to the next topic, Barrister. CBN sacks over 100 staff. What is your opinion about that? This sacking of CBN staff, I think about, as at yesterday or 2 days ago, it's about 107 staff ranging from top management to down to the lowest or whatever. What is your opinion? What is your thought of this? Will this actually bring sanity? Okay, it's good. I'm so grateful that, oh my God, I didn't expect this. I didn't see this coming. I didn't know that something that rises in Nigeria can ever fall. Dollar got to almost 2,000, about 1,800 to naira rather. 1,800 to $1, and now it has fallen to about around 1,000, 1,050, 1,060 $1,050, 1,000 naira or whatever. This is great. This is great news. But can this, whatever is being done at the CBN, do you see this being sustained? Can they sustain this momentum, or we definitely will go back to that issue of racketeering, dollar racketeering or currency racketeering?
Well, I have very strong views on the situation of things as pertain to the economy in Nigeria. I have repeatedly said that anybody who wants to sort out the Nigerian economy will tackle 3 agencies. One of them is the CBN. The other one is the NMPC. And the third one is the Ministry of Finance. Between these 3 agencies, the economy of Nigeria will rise or fall. So any serious government that really wants to tackle the economy will open up these three institutions and have a total reorganization and reorientation of them, of each of the institutions. Otherwise, we are just scratching at the surface of the problem in Nigeria. Coming to the CBN, you will notice that for a long time, there hasn't been anything like reorganization of the CBN. CBN governors have come and gone, but there hasn't been any wholesale reorganization of the institution. The scale of the disengagement or sacking and the scale in terms of numbers and the quality and caliber of personnel that have been sacked suggest that there is a silent reorganization of the CBN that is going on. We have not been told officially that CBN is being organized, but from the actions we are seeing, it amounts to a reorganization of the CBN. As at the last count, 117 officials have been sacked in the last 20 days. And this involved directors, deputy directors, principal managers, senior managers, and other lower ranking officers. We have 8 directors that have been removed, 10 deputy directors, 5 assistant directors, 2 principal managers, and 2 senior managers. These are the top echelons of the CBN, apart from the deputy governors who are appointed, like more or less politically appointed. These are the actual people that operate the CBN. And for them to be sacked in the numbers that they are being sacked, and we hear that these sackings are going to continue. We hear that more are coming. So it is suggestive of a clearing out that is going on at the CBN. What we do not know is the direction in which this clearing or the reposition CBN will take. For now, we can give them the benefit of the doubt because they have brought down the value of they have shown up the value of the naira vis-a-vis the dollar. But principally, when you create a problem and then you begin to solve it, I hesitate in giving you praise, in clapping for you, because you created the problem in the first place. So I have adopted what Bola used to say, sit down, look, because it's too early to applaud what is going on in the CBN. We need more time before we can appraise it and give it a pass mark or project that, look, what is going on will be a permanent improvement in the operations of the CBN and its positive effect on the economy of Nigeria.
Anyway, I think I have a different view of that, a different opinion. The truth is, I am never a believer of Bola Tinubu, and I will never be a believer of him. And I don't believe that anything good can ever come out from somebody like Bola Tinubu. Anything good in governance can never come out from Bola Tinubu. I'm telling you. Yes, it is good to restructure CBN, just like you noted, these 3 arms, the CBN, NNPC, and Finance Ministry. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll call it, of course, that is practically, that is what it is. Do you know what it means to fire 117 people and still counting? That is total overhaul. They are overhauling the whatever, but just like you know that the overhaul, what is it? Is it a sincere overhaul? Or is it overhaul born out of patriotism? or overhaul born out of selfish aggrandizement? That is the question here. And I believe the latter actually is what is happening here. Because like I said, I don't expect anything good from Tinubu. His antecedents say so, and what he has done so far since he assuming presidency has shown that. We're practically seeing that. The thing is that what is happening in CBN now on the issue of Naira appreciation, I still believe we'll still go back to that. Unfortunately, very, very unfortunately, it is not like me. I'll always say, I'm a pragmatist. I'm a realist. I'm neither optimist or pessimist. I just view things and assess things and judge things based on antecedents or precedents. So that is just it. You see, one thing with Nigeria is the moment a new person, a new boss, a new leadership assumes power, something goes quiet. You hear silence in everywhere. Anything that was being done, illegitimately or wrongly, everything pipes low, cools down, and goes into hibernation. They hibernate everything bad. First of all, say, okay, let's watch how this leader, how this president, how this director, how this governor, how this person does things. Let's see how he pilots, where the direction is piloting the ship to. So the moment they find out the director is piloting the ship to, they understand the next thing, they circumvent that pilot, the direction, but they circumvent the system and go back to the old system. That's exactly what it happened. I remember during Buhari, when Buhari became president in 2015, the same thing happened. Everybody's scared here and there. They just thought that this man, Mr. Anti-Corruption, don't land. Everybody should go. After 6 months, about 10 months later, everybody, about 1 year, I think worst case scenario was about 1 year, everything started. That was when the issue of corruption became so rampant. They now realized, oh, this man he doesn't even have teeth after all, not to talk of biting. So how can he bite? So they realized that this man is weak. The same thing happened. That's how it happens. And that's exactly what I see happening in CBN. They will do all these changes, and put all their Tinubu. Remember how Tinubu operates. Tinubu operates with absolute power and authority and control. What he is doing now is he wants to replicate what he is doing in Lagos. What he did in Lagos, he wants to replicate it on the national level. By being in charge, even when he leaves presidency, he has all his boys, his men, all over the place. All over the place. That's exactly what he's doing. So what he's doing now in that CBN now, these are like you noted, that is the hub of the Nigerian economy, of any economy in the world. The CBN, the finance ministry, the petroleum industry, so that is what. So what he's doing right now is to put all his men, all his loyalists in position. And at the end of the day, will be in total control of everything. Like I said, nothing good will ever come. I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm just following Tinubu's antecedents. You cannot build something out of nothing. You cannot come on a faulty foundation and expect to do the right thing. No. Your faulty foundation will keep a building faulty for life until that building is demolished and a new foundation laid. That is just the only thing. That's just the truth, sort of. So there is no two ways about that. That's my own opinion. That is my own review of the situation. You have something to add to that?
Yes, and let me add that in the context of the Nigerian situation, where every action of government is viewed with suspicion, this mass sack in the CBN, they have no criteria, they have no standard or justification. So already it's being viewed as vendetta.
Yeah, that's one of my points.
You didn't come out and set out a criteria.
That is it.
Whereby if people meet that criteria, they will be sacked or retained. You are just silently churning out letters of sack and giving to people.
Yeah.
So it is already being viewed as vendetta and targeted at a predetermined end to saturate the CBN with certain people.
Yeah, that's the
Or even
point.
people
That's my point.
make sure that a certain group controls the CBN.
Yeah.
So that is where I said, whatever happens in Nigeria, some people rush to applaud and clap, only for them within a few days to begin to see that, oh, this thing was not what I thought it was. Oh. And they begin to have regret. So it's better to hold once this
Breath.
thing, see what will come out or the direction that this will go. The people that will be used to replace those people that have been sacked. So everything will come to light in the next couple of days, weeks, or months.
All right, Barrister, we'll go. Let's go to the next or whatever. Let's rush this. I think time is no more our friend. I don't want you to. I know you want to go into details about. Okay, you can actually summarize. What I expect is to summarize it. Then why I brought up this topic about Vietnam billionaire being sentenced to death by for fraud is because I have Nigeria in mind, Nigerian situation, the corruption situation in Nigeria in mind. That's why I brought this. Can you give us what's your opinion about this and in comparison to what we have in Nigeria today?
Well, the corruption in Vietnam is almost as much as the corruption in Nigeria. The difference is in the punishment. And the fact that this has become news is relevant because of how the people of Vietnam, through their government and the judiciary, is trying to combat the destructive tendency of corruption. That woman has been sentenced to death for corruption. Now, the amount of money is not important, even though at the end, the sheer quantity, the sheer amount involved in the corruption is mind-boggling. It is equivalent to 3% of the Vietnamese GDP for the year 2022 when this crime was committed. But don't forget, it was committed over a period of 10 years, from 2012 to 2022. But it signals the seriousness with which the country has taken and is treating the corruption issue, in contrast to what is happening in Nigeria. People go here scot-free. We have agencies like ICPC and the EFCC, but we know, you and me know, that in virtually 20-something years of the existence of EFCC and ICPC, how many high-profile corrupt Nigerians have actually been convicted and spent time in prison? The percentage is just like 1% or 2%.
Now,
that shows.
Sorry to cut you short. I just need to make this so that you can go to your schedule. Make it fast. Now, my question is, do you think we should apply the same law to corruption in Nigeria?
I have no doubt that that should be the punishment. It's happening in China, happening elsewhere. The level of corruption in Nigeria has reached a point that it will totally destroy the country. And the more severe a problem, the more severe the measures to combat it. I have no, and I will even advocate for the death penalty for public officials who have these homogeneous corruption issues that are proven against them. For God's sake, how can you steal, let me put that way, $12.5 billion that should ordinarily be used to alleviate the suffering of your fellow countrymen.
Honestly.
If such a person does not receive death penalty, there's no way the government can retrieve all that money. The best that can be done is a certain percentage of it can be taken back. But he will go home, he or his children or his relatives
Remain wealthy for
will
life.
go home and
Rich.
enjoy
Yes.
the loot and stolen wealth. We see the case of Abacha in Nigeria. His wife and children have been enjoying the wealth that the man took. So I, for one, will advocate for death penalty for this kind of offenses. I have no objection to that, and I will support it because it is a very severe problem needing a severe response to bring it down or eliminate it.
Yeah, that is just it. I agree with you in totality. Now, I always say, because what it is not, it's even a small thing compared to what the crime they have committed. That is true. Death to them is a small thing compared to what they have done, because they have killed as a result of corruption. Corruption means people will die, people will get sick, people will get hospitalized, people will get maimed by money allocated for hospitals, money allocated for roads, money allocated for whatever. So one thing or the other, it has to money that are actually that money that is actually meant to better the lives and the safety of the citizens of the country. Someone just commandeers these resources, these funds, to their personal treasury. So giving them debt, this is just one person dying, over probably thousands and possibly millions of people that have died as a result of you depriving that some certain sectors of resources to actually make them better. So you are right. I agree with you in totality. Death sentence is the best. What we have in Nigeria is the opposite, unfortunately. Just like you noted, no significant person have been, nothing significant have been done on by the EFCC, ICPC. How many people have been sent to jail? No public personality have been sent to jail, except Joshua Darie or whatever. He did that, whatever. That is just an isolated case. And what's his name? A former governor of Taraba State or whatever. Who was who, I don't know if he still was a reverend for that matter.
They were granted pardon.
Pardon,
and
you see,
spent less than 2 years in prison.
that is it.
A joke.
That is just
it's
whatever.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Absolutely. So what we have in Nigeria now is the issue of we have what I don't get it where they got this law from. Plea bargain. Why will somebody circumvent the system? Why will somebody steal from the system? At the end of the day, the person will be romanced, will be bromanced, will be pampered to, okay, you stole $1 billion. Okay, give us 200 million. Then we can keep the other one. Remit 200 million so that you won't go to jail. Kilo day. What did them do us? Nigeria. Now cause and cause us. For God's sake, I never see this kind of thing. This is unbelievable. That someone stole the country's resources. You are bringing him on the table to negotiate. Negotiate with a common thief, a criminal. Negotiate, and at the end of the day, let the person go scot-free and just take some peanuts out of what the loot the person. This is unbelievable. Death penalty is the best, and we should advocate for death penalty for corrupt officials, and that is just it. Can we talk about this issue briefly? This, I know it's not on our list, but it is important we talk about it. The road, this Lagos Calabar Road. Are you aware of that? The award of that contract, Lagos Calabar Road.
Yes, the coastal road.
Yes. Which the Chagori, the Chagori. But before you continue, please. The Chagori I had, is it the Chagori and Chagori, the Lebanese guy that committed a whole lot of corruption in Nigeria? They awarded this job to?
Yes, this
Hi,
Chagori,
my God.
they have naturalized, they are now Nigerian citizens. And the power, influence, and money that they have makes it extremely difficult to deal with them in Nigeria. Almost every government, they have friends with almost every government that has been in Nigeria that I know. They are so powerful.
Now, the problem, sorry to cut you short, Barrister, but my point is, now a contract was awarded, this contract, $15 billion, for God's sake, a whooping amount of money. A whooping amount of money was allocated for this project, road project. Now, this project was awarded without due process. There was no open bid, no other company. This man unanimously was the only one. They just handed over this document to him. And this crazy, stupid minister, what's his name? This engineer.
Umahi.
Is it Works, right? He's the minister for Works. For God's sake, without shame, that man is so bereaved of shame. And is so full of impunity that he had to go on air to actually acknowledge, confirm that this job was awarded to Tinubu's friend. Because when they were asking him why was there no due process means the procurement, we have procurement acts, for God's sake, where you open up the bid, everybody should have, all contractors. There should be open bid for all contractors to bring in their quotations and whatever. But in this case, such thing was not done. They just single-handed, unanimously handed this whole document to Chagori and Chagori to execute. $15 billion to just one person or whatever. Usually, sometimes some of these roles they award it in two ways, or whatever, two ways. Yeah, one part from this section to Lagos, they give it to probably another company, and from this section to Calabar, they give it. That's what even Kaduna Road, that is even shorter, that Kaduna Abuja Road, they awarded it to two different companies. Sort of. So talk less of Calabar Lagos Road highway that is even higher. It's even longer, rather farther. Sort of. So the truth is, I don't get it. For the minister to go, that will tell you the impunity. That will tell you that this government, Nigerian government, especially the government of Tinubu, have really taken. Of course, what do you expect? He did all he did. He bulldozed himself his way to power. We didn't do anything. What do you expect? There is nothing Nigerians will do. Nothing they can do. So let's go ahead and just spill the beans. Just tell it the way it is. After all, they can't do anything. That's exactly that is the body language. That was the body language of the minister. For him to have even suggested, for him to have told Nigerians that yes, this job was awarded to Tinubu's personal friend. That is impunity and effrontery. Barrister, can you, if you have something to say about that, because we're winding down now.
This road has a checkered history. We hear so many things. I heard the Minister of Works, he said, no, they will do this road with cement. Now, they have never built a road in Nigeria with cement. What I'm seeing in Kaduna, where they have given this man from Kano, the junction from Command Guest House in Kaduna to do the Eastern Bypass up to Kao. For the past 3 years, they are on the junction that they have not gone up to 2 kilometers of almost 30-kilometer road. When I go there, every time I go, the way they are doing the cement, they have to lay iron on the ground, prepare the road, lay some heavy iron work before pouring the cement and other stuff. For almost 3 years, they have only done about 2 kilometers of one side of the expressway, not even the other side. So I'm asking if that is how a road is constructed with cement. It will take them over 10 years
They
to
said
finish
8
this
years.
small bypass.
Yeah, this project is 8 years, they said.
No, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Where I'm seeing they're trying to do a road with cement in Kaduna here.
No, I think that
With
should be. I think that should be. I think another problem with such thing could be funding. Funding impedes the pace of a job. That's just it. Could be funding. There could be
but they are
having
working
funding
there.
issues
We see them working there.
every
The
day.
pace of the work at the rate they are going, even in the next 10 years, they will not finish this ordinary bypass in Kaduna. And only on one side of the expressway,
Oh,
only
hold
one
on.
lane.
You mean that is, I don't know. They are using cement. You said Nnamdi Azikiwe Highway. Is that what you're saying? That's what you said?
Yes, but they are starting from, command secondary
Yes,
school.
yes.
From there to Abuja Junction, the expressway supposed to go
So
to Kawo.
they are using cement for that, not coal
They are
tar.
using cement, not bitumen.
Not bitumen, rather, say coal tar.
And
Really?
what we are seeing is not encouraging at all, because for the past 3 years they have just done like 2 kilometers on one side of the expressway, not even the 2 lanes on one lane. So we continue to ask, at what point will they even finish that one lane of the expressway? In the next 10 years, they will not finish. So if that's how roads are constructed with cement, they should leave that and put our bitumen. After Abuja Kano Road reconstruction, the Zaria to Kano have been completed with bitumen and is perfect. The roads that have been done with bitumen are perfect. They are repaired. We are enjoying them. So if it will cost them the kind of time, and I look at the iron rods that I use and the amount of cement, I do not know whether they have properly calculated the cost vis-a-vis the use of bitumen in doing this work. And I heard the Minister of Works saying that they will use cement to construct the coastal road from Lagos to Calabar. So I became afraid. I said this may end up being a project that will outlast this administration
but
and
hold
many
on.
more
Yeah, but
administrations.
usually coastal roads that usually they use because it is not it's not going to be laid on the soil through the on the ground. So it's going to be probably you have bridges here and there. Usually, yes. I think I in my own layman understanding, cement better because based on the ones I have seen around me here, driving through, pass through coasts, other stuff or whatever. Usually, honestly, all of them, it's cement. I've noticed they use cement, not bitumen, actually. So that is just so. I think because it's a coastal road, I think that's the problem. Then I don't. My own problem where I have a concern is that of Kaduna State. Kaduna State, I don't know why they. I don't understand why they, because it is not. It's not even. It is incomparable. The significance of the broad significance is just something you cannot compare between using bitumen and cement. The cement is super more expensive than using bitumen. So I don't even know the rationale behind Kaduna State government using cement on the road that is not.
It's not the state government; it's the federal government. It's a
Oh,
federal
okay, yeah.
government
Now
road.
the Azikiwe, yeah. That's a federal road, actually. You're right. Anyway, that is it, Barrister. Thank you so very much. You have any other thing to say? Because we're rounding up, we're closing.
We only continue to pray for our country, Nigeria, because the more you talk about the country, the more you become disillusioned, and the more you become sad and unhappy.
Unfortunately, prayer this time around with Nigerian situation, I don't know tell something. It's not about prayer. That's just the truth. Countries like Japan, China, those people they don't know God. Some of them don't even believe in God. They are atheists. Some of these countries that their economies are doing well, there's no, can't find corruption. Even if you find corruption, it's on a very minimal level. They are doing well. They don't pray to God. They don't have one God they pray to or whatever. So, and some of them, this idol, they just have one idol somewhere they pray. So this issue of prayer. It's just prayer. Anything that has to do with faith has to be personal between us and God. That's just the truth. Prayer no go. Nigeria is if prayer they work. Nigeria has the highest number of churches in the world. If prayer they work, Nigeria for don't change with the kind pastor men of God and churches we have. So let's stop kidding ourselves. Prayer waiting. All right. Barrister, thank you so very much. Once again, thank you for creating time to be here to meet up with this kid, even when you have your own something important, possibly more important to do than being here. We feel honored and we appreciate this so much. Thank you so much. Once again, viewers, thank you. My name is Jibrin, and I've been having very brilliant conversation with Barrister Austin Manta, who is the principal partner of AA Manta & Co., a brilliant and intelligent lawyer of really, really strong legal pedigree. Someone that have been practicing law for almost 40 years. So he is well versed in law and so many things about so many topics in life. And you've had good listening to what he has, his input, and we appreciate that so much. Thank you for being with us. This is Jibrin Ango. As you know, we are coming to you on Owileke TV. Please subscribe and subscribe to our channel and put on your notification bell so that you will get notified whenever we upload, whenever we come to you. So God bless you and see you next time.